double-crested cormorant. Nuptial crests for which this species is named are either white, black, or a mix of the two and are only visible in breeding season. They are colonial water birds that seek aquatic bodies big enough to support their mostly fish diet. The birds often aggregate in relatively tight flocks in shallow water where foraging for fish is possible. A research paper published in 1941 by George Bartholomew studied their behavior in San Francisco Bay. He observed that only some dived and fed while others maintained a fairly orderly line on the surface, as seen in this illustration and in this video. Cormorants are the deepest diving birds in Southern California and can dive 120 to 300 feet deep. They eat over 250 different varieties of fish, and they have impressive fishing technique, diving and chasing fish underwater with powerful propulsion from webbed feet. The tip of the cormorant's upper bill is shaped like a hook, which is helpful in catching prey. Their range extends from the Aleutian Islands in Alaska down to Mexico. They roost and form breeding colonies on smaller lagoons and ponds, and then fly up to 40 miles to the feeding area. Cormorants are a long-lived bird species in the wild and have been known to live up to 23 years. Though they look like a combination of a goose and a loon, they are relatives of frigate birds and boobies and are common sight around freshwater and saltwater across North America. When they flock close together like this, they look like 100 small orange submarine periscopes, all pointing in the same direction. In addition to fishing waters, cormorants need perching areas for the considerable amount of time they spend resting each day. After fishing, cormorants retire to high, airy perches to dry off and digest their meals. Cormorants often stand in the sun with their wings spread out to dry. They have less preen oil than other birds, so the feathers get soaked rather than shedding water like a duck's. The wet feathers probably make it easier for cormorants to hunt underwater with agility and speed. Look at those striking aquamarine eyes that sparkle like jewels.